So while I was studying, I checked in just to see what has been happening in Teamobi space. The title of the video is clickbait. The compensation, they are not going to increase anything. They are not going to do a single thing unless we step up. The admins of Teamobi said they updated us on putting the Black Friday event back, and the Java version is back, and it works and stuff like that. This means that they are listening. They are seeing every single thing that we are doing, and they are choosing to take a stance, to take a blind eye, to close both of their eyes in the face of everything that we say. This is what I want you to show you. The homepage of Teamobi has been chock full of Dragon Boy Online this whole time. We need to make sure that the latest topics never ever... Hold on, click that. We need to make sure that latest topics is only DBO. The only way to get to latest topics, it's easy as hell. All you have to do is just keep a thread active. A thread is a post here. So if you talk about any of these posts, it will put it to the top of latest topics. And if we keep either this thread or a similar thread on the server rollback, eventually they will have to see it. Eventually, it will be here for so long, and our topics will be here for so long that they can't say anything else. Or you can't... It will get to a point where it can't be ignored any longer because it's the only thing that is going to be talked about in the forum. We have to make sure that this is a reality. The only time they will stop... No. The only time they will continue is when we stop. Their plan is to make sure that we are silenced. By the time they take a vacation, right? Their plan is to have all of the people that are angry and sad to quit the game. That way, they can control the people that are still left. And I will not have that. This community has taken that backlash for years, half a decade at this point. And I left when this community needed me the most. And I will not let them do the same thing under my watch. Not while I am still recording and uploading videos on my channel. I will not turn a blind eye the same way that Teamobi has been doing all of these years. If I have that kind of resolve, there is no reason you should not either. If you cared... No, that's a terrible way to phrase it. If you care about the game's progression and trying to make it the best that it possibly can be, then your voice is required to make that a reality. I've seen so many people lose so many things, and it's not okay. It's not okay for half a year's worth of work, half of a year's worth of events are just gone because this game couldn't provide otherwise. This game... That was a terrible way to phrase it. This game just couldn't do the bare minimum of keeping the data intact every day. Not even every day. I think it would be reasonable if we rolled back a week or two. That's That's still terrible, but it's not as bad as more than more than half of a year. If you lose half a year's worth of data, this isn't a fault of the player. This isn't the fault of servers. This is the fault of the company's bottom line being an abyss. The company's bottom line is so far down below that it is a never-ending chasm of ineptitude. Is that even a word? Hold on. Ineptitude. Lack of, yes, yeah. It shows I can't spell. It shows I can't spell, but it shows a total ineptitude towards anything that you provide. We need to make sure that Teamobi is held account, not held. That sounds like they're the enemy, which they kind of are and kind of are not. One thing is for sure, we need to make sure that these topics are important, because that is important to me. I can't sit by and idly watch as years and months worth of progress is gone because some team of people couldn't take the due diligence and due care to make sure that the systems are accounted for. That is not a fault of me, and it should not have to be the fault of me to play the game in a way that I have to fear for progress to be lost. That is what we're fighting for. We're not fighting for gold. We're not fighting for gear. We're not fighting for gems. We're fighting for our progress to be saved, and to know that each single one of us has a voice in the community. We've lost that so many times, and we need to have a part. We need to take a part to put a fucking foot down and say this is not okay. That's all I wanted to say. I'm gonna study for exams again. See ya.